When you first look at this, it seems like some kind of bizarre, almost sculptural contraption, right? But what you're actually seeing is this perfect marriage of art, biology, and super precise engineering. And it's all designed to solve a really, really human problem. I mean, just look at the detail here. You've got this perfect set of teeth, and it's held inside this really complex metal frame. It's obviously a piece of medical hardware and a precise one at that, but what it actually does, that's not immediately obvious.
So, yeah, that leads us right to the central question we're going to unpack. What in the world is this thing used for?
Well, here's the secret. We're looking at something many of us are actually familiar with, just from a perspective that we almost never get to see. So let's unpack it.
What you are seeing is a key step in creating a modern set of complete dentures. This whole device, it's really the culmination of centuries of us trying to solve one of the oldest and, frankly, most personal problems we face, losing our teeth.
Okay, so to really understand this whole thing, let's start with the parts we all recognize, the anatomy of the new teeth themselves. First off, notice how perfectly uniform these teeth are. You might think they're porcelain, but they're actually made from a really durable acrylic resin. And that material is a fantastic choice because it's tough enough to handle all the chewing, but it can also be tinted and shaped to look incredibly lifelike. And then you have the foundation they all sit on. This pink acrylic base, it's not just for color. It is meticulously molded to mimic the patient's actual gum tissue. That creates a snug, comfortable fit that usually relies on suction to stay in place. It's the absolute key to both comfort and a natural look. So, we've covered the parts we can all see, but now we get to what I think is the most fascinating part of this whole setup, the hidden engineering of this mechanical jaw. This metal framework, it has a name. It's called an articulator. And its entire job is to perfectly simulate the full range of movements of a real patient's jaw. Up, down, forward, back, and even side to side. Honestly, this is the best way to think about it. It is literally a flight simulator for the jaw. Just like a pilot simulator, it lets a technician test out every possible movement, chewing, talking, grinding, all without the patient needing to be anywhere near the lab. So what that means is the articulator basically becomes a mechanical stand-in for the patient's head. A technician can mount the dental impressions and then spend hours, sometimes days, meticulously crafting that perfect bite, making sure every single angle lines up just right. So how does a technician actually use this jaw simulator to recreate a perfect bite? Okay, let's put all the pieces together. This right here, this is the aha moment. On the left, you see the open framework. The upper and lower jaws are totally separate. Then on the right, you see them brought together in a perfectly closed bite. The articulator is the tool that lets a technician bridge that gap with incredible precision. And the process itself is a true blend of science and art. First, plaster casts of the patient's gums get mounted onto the articulator. Then, the technician carefully sets the acrylic teeth into pink wax. Using the articulator, they'll simulate chewing motions over and over to check the alignment. And finally, after tons of tiny adjustments, the fit is finalized. So the crucial takeaway here is that this isn't just about making a pretty smile. No way. Every single angle, every surface is calculated to recreate a bite that feels natural, is comfortable, and is powerful enough for all the stuff we do in everyday life. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. We've seen all the mechanics, but why does this matter so much? Because this is about so much more than just teeth. Think about it. A really well-made set of dentures crafted using a device just like this, it restores so much. It restores the simple pleasure and, the necessity of eating comfortably. It restores the confidence to just smile without a second thought. It can even restore clearer speech. Ultimately, it has this massive, massive impact on a person's overall quality of life. When you look at it that way, this device, it stops being just a tool. It becomes a testament to how clever engineering and real artistry can come together to restore a fundamental and often overlooked part of what it means to be human. And that kind of makes you wonder, right? What other everyday objects do we just take for granted that are actually the product of incredible ingenuity and have a truly profound impact on our lives?